Lesson number 98 is about adjacent angles, complementary and supplementary angles, and measuring angles. Now we've got several vocabulary words, so make sure you get them written down with their definitions and the examples. An adjacent angle, or adjacent angles, are angles that share the same vertex and share a side. So if we looked at our adjacent angles, well, F to D to G, angle F to D to G would have to be adjacent to the other angle that we have here that shares the same side. So F to D to G is going to be adjacent to E to D to G. E to D to G. Because angles that share the same vertex, they share the same vertex, and they share the same side right here, those are adjacent angles. Let's look at what complementary angles are. Complementary angles. Two angles whose sum is 90 degrees. So here we can see we've got a picture of a 90-degree angle in total. We've got two angles. We've got angle A and angle B. Now we know angle A plus angle B will be equal to 90 degrees. So we could say angle A and angle B, those angles are complementary. Next is supplementary angles. Supplementary angles are two angles whose sum is 180 degrees. 180 degrees is always just a straight line. So here if we have angle X, and here we have angle Y, angle X is acute, angle Y is obtuse. If we said angle X plus angle Y, well, we would know that those two are supplementary angles because they add up to 180 degrees. You can see that those two angles put together must be 180 degrees. Now we have to measure the following angle. And in order to measure an angle, we need to use a protractor. Here's our protractor. And to use a protractor, what we do is we line the center of the protractor, lots of protractors have a hole right there, with the vertex of our angle. That looks good. Now we've got to make sure that our horizontal line is pointing to 0 and 180 degrees. And we know that originally we had an obtuse angle, greater than 90 degrees. So we need to read our protractor by looking at the inside numbers. And if we go all the way across, we can see that our angle is bigger than 140, but less than 150. And we know we're using those two because if we use the 30 and the 40, that would have been an acute angle. But we definitely have an obtuse angle here. So the closest this line looks to is about, well, it's between 140 and 150. And it's more than 141. It looks like it's almost exactly right on the 142. So this angle would have to be 142 degrees. Our lesson practice will be on page 305. We'll practice more with our protractors in our next class. Make sure you've got your notes complete, and I'll see you soon.